What are we gonna do tonight, O.C.G?
Well, the same thing we try to do every night, Bertram. Take over the world. I mean, YouTube. Take over YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Obsessive Compulsive Gaming. I am the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, joined once again by my faithful manservant / fucktotem Bertram. Say hello, Bertram.
Hello, Bertram.
And this is my review for Final Fantasy VII Remake, episode Intermission. So my friends, Final Fantasy VII Remake, episode Intermission, released on June 10th alongside the PlayStation 5 version of Final Fantasy VII Remake. A game so good, I have decided that if I ever abduct someone to raise as my own child, I will be naming them Final Fantasy VII Remake. So, what is episode Intermission? Well, I'm so glad you asked, dear viewer. This is story DLC for Final Fantasy VII Remake, where we play as Yuffie, a teenage ninja and thieving little bitch who wants to break into Shinra HQ to steal a new, powerful form of materia. But let's be honest, the real reason you are playing this DLC is to see if there are any hints as to what Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 holds in store for us. I will neither confirm nor deny that the ending has a little tease of what's to come. It does. Now, without spoiling anything, this DLC takes place just after Cloud falls into the church and meets Aerith for the first time.
You just spoiled something.
Oh. Shit. Moving on. Now, as I've already said, this DLC focuses on Yuffie. Now, Yuffie was not my favorite side character in the original Final Fantasy VII. She wasn't even my second or third favorite. In all honesty, I preferred the bloody Shinra employee that sits on the train. The point I'm making is that Yuffie would never be my groupie.
Groupie?
Well, 'twas the only word I could think of that rhymed with Yuffie.
How about roofie? As in, Yuffie, I would not roofie.
Well, that's something else entirely, Bertram. And I am sure very, very illegal.
But isn't that how you met Mrs. O.C.G? Didn't you tell me you put something in her drink and...
Ha ha ha! You joker, Bertram! He's joking, ladies and gentlemen. Aren't you, Bertram?
No. I mean, yes.
Good man. Good man. Now, Yuffie is still rather annoying, even here in the remake, but then again, I have always hated children. Oh, that reminds me, you can turn off the oven now, Bertram.
This, doesn't look like a chicken in here.
That's because it's No from next door. That'll teach that little bastard to call me an old bastard. Can you believe he was shouting that at me from his own garden?
I think he might have just been calling for his dog.
Dog?
Old bastard? That's his dog's name.
Oh. Oh. Damn it! Quick, Bertram, close the oven door. We'll get rid of the body later.
Then what are we going to have for dinner?
Weren't you listening, Bertram? I said we'll get rid of the body later.
Oh!
What was I even talking about before you started? I know we've done the introduction yet. Oh, yes! Now I remember. Well, you'll be glad to hear that by the end of this DLC, Yuffie goes from an annoying, thieving little bitch to, a slightly less annoying, thieving little bitch. So, we've covered Yuffie. Now, who else turns up in this DLC? Well, there are some nice extra scenes with Jessie, Biggs, Wedge, Tifa, and Barrett. Oh, and we also get to see Scarlet again. Now, there's a woman I could happily stare at all day.
Remind me again, who is Scarlet?
You know, villain, red dress, works for Shinra.
It's not ringing any bells.
She has massive breasts.
Ah, her! Oh, yeah. I love her.
Not as much as I do, Bertram.
Well, I have a picture of her in my wallet.
Well, I have a poster of her in my study.
I have a mug with her face on it.
Well, I have a dress autographed personally by her.
I've watched every scene she is in.
Well, I've watched every scene she is in, and masturbated while thinking about her 2,986 times.
You win.
Now, what else can I tell you about this DLC? Well, it's pretty short. Looks as good as Remake did. The music's not quite as good. Oh yes. Now, probably my least favorite sequence from the original Final Fantasy VII, the Fort Condor part, is used here as a minigame. Though, frankly, I would have rather seen that tower defense thing in hell. But I suppose using it as a minigame is just as hellish. After all, I hate minigames.
Why? Did one have an affair with your wife?
No.
Mother?
No.
Father?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, thank you, Bertram. What else? Oh, yes. Like the main game, this DLC also has magnificent boss fights. And let me just tell you, dear viewer, they are no pushovers.
Oh, you can't push them over? Is it because they're too heavy?
For once, that's not quite as stupid as it sounds, Bertram. One of the bosses is a massive robot centipede thing, so yes, it is much too heavy to push over. Now, overall, I really enjoyed this DLC. It's short, but there are some great character moments as well as an ending that had me crying, clapping, and then screaming. Good screaming, though. Give me Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 right now. Therefore, I am going to give Final Fantasy VII Remake Episode Intermission a 9 out of 10. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. My review for Final Fantasy VII Remake Episode Intermission. If you enjoyed this little review of mine, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you've not enjoyed it, well then feel free to give me a thumbs down. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, bell button thingy. Feel free to share the video with everyone you know. But, remember the single most important thing I always tell you, dear viewer, and that is to always stay obsessed with gaming. Say goodbye, Bertram.
Goodbye, Bertram.
Are you still here? Go away! I'm sure you've got something better to do with your time. No, seriously. Piss off! Be gone! Au revoir! Auf Wiedersehen! Bye! What in the hell is wrong with you? Go away! Vacate this space! Hit the cross at the top of the screen! The video is done! It's over! It's finito! It's caputo!